Hi there, viewers and gamers alike out there, and welcome back for more of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. As we continue our story in progress, I kind of forgot to save the game, so yeah. What do you know? I'm just the most dumbest guy who kind of forgot. I'm sorry, but I just have short-term memory. Wow. Ugh. Well, at least if you guys don't want to remember, this time it's the flight to Tatooine. That's right, we're going to Tatooine if you like it or not. Jeez, I gotta remember to save. Not saving is just. I forget all of a sudden, and then I remember it's too late. I got to remember something. I just can't ignore by not remembering it. And have you guys seen this? Yeah, I know this. Yeah. Thank you. Not that way, not that way, not that way. Don't go that way, don't go that way. Remember, don't go that way. Alright. Now that we go that way, we go that way. Not the wrong way. The other way. I'm glad this game has auto-saves because I'm gonna have trouble remembering saving a game and I forgot in stupidity. Once again, let's get rid of the Zerka guards. They are free. They will lose by the sword and bowcaster. They will lose. Get out of here. Three frag grenades, huh? Oh yes, oh yeah, that will be their payment. They will never come back here ever again. Kashyyyk is free. Uh-huh, that's right. We will guard this landing place from now on. Yours is the only ship that will be allowed to dock here for a long time, outsider. Thank you, friends. You are true heroes. We will remember what happened here. Slavers will not take us again. You will meet me again soon. I promise you that. It's not the end. It's just the beginning. So, the entire planet of Kashyyyk with the Wookiees are now my best friends. I have now gained allies. For that, I'm gonna save right here and not be a doofus head. Because if I don't save, that's gonna be a problem. Wow. Right. Zalbar. Well, have you anything more to... Well, I know you said that. And why did you take Baka's sword? That's right. I'm sorry we can't stay here any longer. Wish you well. Okay. Time to hear some war stories.
Yeah, what do you want?
I was wondering if you had any more war stories.
You want another war story, huh? You want to hear about some other world getting wasted, eh? I knew you were the type. Your stagnant republic has never seen some of the strange creatures and races we fought on the Outer Rim in those years. And you never will now.
Well, where did you fight this time?
We were going through the asteroid fields of the Crispin system at the very edge of the galaxy, playing with the pirates and smugglers we found there. The main belt in the Crispin system consists of mainly small rocks covered in frozen methane gas shells, and the pirates were using them for cover. Ha! I remember using a thermal generator to cause the outer layer of one of the asteroids to vaporize in a picosecond. It blew out and shredded the 3 smugglers using it for cover. But that was a mistake.
Why? What happened?
The asteroid I had targeted was smaller than most, maybe a dozen meters on a side. On the outside, it looked the same as any other, just a ball covered in frozen gas. But something must have been inside it, something inactive, in the cold. The heat of my blast might have triggered something, or woken something up. After I'd hit it, spots of light and heat appeared all over the thin shell, still covering it, evaporating the gases. What lay underneath looked like some sort of rocky growth. A deformed rock, pitted by scores of micrometeorite scars. I think something even older might have been inside that.
What happened next?
It started rotating faster and faster as we watched it. After a second, it started spraying fire, thermal projectiles that melted our armor like wax. We were caught completely by surprise.
Whoa.
Before we could counterattack, it fled at an incredible speed.
A ship?
We couldn't catch it, but we could follow its hyperspace wake. We followed its trail as far as we could, heading away from the galactic core. When it finally led beyond the edge of our galaxy, we abandoned our efforts. Anything that wants to commit suicide in that great void is not worth our trouble trying to catch. That's the only story I have for now. I'll tell you some more stuff later if we get the chance. Is there something else you want to know?
Well, nothing more for now.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
What do you know? Another war story. You have heard of Candrus's tale about his encounter in an asteroid field on the Outer Rim, but do not know what to make of it. Maybe talking to him further will make things more clearer, I see. I'm wondering... I gotta be careful. Let's see, supplies. Strangely, the food storage seems to have been disturbed recently. No one in the party would have done this. Let's leave the supplies alone. But I will do that later, shortly. I'll do it on shortly. Don't worry, I'm not saying I won't, because I will do it shortly. Oh, let's talk to Juhani.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Tell me more about your past.
Well, I suppose I have not talked very much about the Jedi I met back home. They, all of them, were so very invigorating.
Invigorating?
They were so very alive, so full of hope and energy and zeal. In retrospect, I can see it was a little bit tragic.
What do you mean?
Those Jedi were going to fight the Mandalorians just after they had invaded. Many of those Jedi perished in the fighting. But to us, they seemed invincible. Especially their leader, who they talked about all the time. Paragons of light and justice, sweeping away all iniquity before them. It was like looking at gods.
Well, the Jedi are not gods, you know. They're just Jedi.
I know that. I was using poetic license. But those Jedi, they were enthralling. Everyone wanted just to touch them. Some people thought it would bring them luck. Not that the peace they brought lasted very long.
What happened?
The Jedi left. The people grew complacent. Those who had been wronged saw their chance at revenge. And so the cycle continues. The oppressed become the new generation of oppressors. The human oppressed, that is. The non-humans were never treated well in any case. We felt the brunt of both administrations.
Was it that bad?
Of course it was. They took their frustrations and hates out on us because the people they wanted had already fled or were too well protected. But no one looks out for the injustices we suffered. Oh no. But I am sorry. I should not have outbursts like that.
Well, it is all right.
No, it is not. Anger can lead to the dark side, and I must be ever careful that I do not fall back into those ways. I thank you for your support. My outburst was uncalled for, but you did not lash back at me. You are a much better Jedi than I, it would seem. But let us not speak more of this now. We should continue on our journey. Perhaps later we will talk again.
It's fine. And Juhani. So, Juhani told about her people were oppressed and ostracized by the human majority. It seemed that the Jedi were the only ones to treat her fairly, and may be why she admires them so much. Perhaps in a little while she will reveal to tell more. Nice. I'm always fond of this. Hey, there's Jolie.
Got something on your mind, do you?
Sure, of course. Do you know anything about this place?
Oh, I know plenty about Kashyyyk. You think someone doesn't live here for 20 years and pick up a thing or two? Chances are, by the time I finish telling you about it all, you would have found out for yourself. So there's no reason for me to start blathering on. It should be enough for me to tell you that there's kilometer after kilometer of trees on this planet. The deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets. If you're smart, you stay on top with the Wookiees. You go deep, however, and you may find some things you weren't expecting. And that's about all I got to say about that. Now, let's get going.
Okay, never mind then.
Oh, I get it. Let's play with the old man's head, is it? He's half senile. He'll forget I said anything. Wait, what was this about anyway?
You made yourself forget. What was that, huh? What? Funny. Funny. Woo! Oh, boy. Okay, Karth.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Okay, look, do you want to talk? You got pretty upset the last time we spoke.
I'm not very good at this. I know I owe you an apology. More than one, probably. I was just so desperate to finally face Saul directly in the battle over Terrace. And now the Jedi have us looking for these star maps. I know this mission is important, it's just, I feel a bit useless. I mean, I can fight, sure, but I'm no Jedi. All this feels completely out of my league.
Out of your league? I mean... And how does that excuse your actions?
It doesn't, I know. It's been a while since I've even had to think about that sort of thing. I just hate not knowing what's going on and feeling this... helpless. But I shouldn't have taken that out on you. I've been a royal pain in the backside, haven't I?
Well... Don't worry about it, Garth.
No, I do worry about it. I've traveled the lanes more than once. I should know better than this. So, I'm sorry. Will you accept my apology?
Only if you agree to work with me. For once.
Done. Let's get underway then, shall we, partner?
Well, you know, he finally agrees! Garth has apologized for his previous behavior and has promised to try not to punish his current companions for the betrayals of people in his past. Whether he can accomplish this seems to be seen. I believe I trust him. Not saying I don't, I do.
How can I help?
You wanted to speak to me?
Yes, I did. I wanted to speak to you about our mission and what lies ahead for us. It seems fate, or the Force, is driving us into a confrontation with the Dark Lord. You must prepare yourself for when we face Malak. The confrontation will be difficult for you. I remember how hard it was when I first faced Revan.
Well, is it true you killed Darth Revan?
It's true that due to my battle meditation, I was with the Jedi Strike team that boarded Revan's ship. We did not kill Revan, however.
So who killed Revan then?
Our mission was to capture Revan if possible. It was Malak who turned on his own master, firing upon Revan's ship while we were still on board it. It was his desire to kill us and his master both. Thankfully, we narrowly escaped the vessel as it exploded.
What else did you let me guess, what else did you expect from the Sith?
True, I suppose. And yet the outcome of that battle was unexpected. To all of us. Revan's end was unforeseen.
Really?
As I said, we were there to capture Revan alive. The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes. Remember that Revan and Malak were once great Jedi, heroes in every sense of the word. They demonstrate the danger of the dark side to us all. I'm sorry, we really shouldn't speak of this anymore. The memory of my confrontation with Revan is painful. Let's return to the mission, please.
So, in order to prepare myself for the meeting with Darth Malak, Bastila described her own encounter with the Sith Lord Revan. According to Bastila, the Jedi wanted to capture Revan alive, but were foiled when Malak betrayed his own master. That seems to be the case. Hey, stop. Thank you. Okay. Now I gotta go check the supplies. Supplies! Now let's see. Let's examine the supplies more closely. There are no half-eaten or torn packages to indicate that theft was from the pests or vermin. It looks more like some unknown person has been conducting clandestine raids on my stores. Whoever the thief is, they may have managed to avoid detection by you or your companions so far. Maybe a thorough search of the ship will reveal the stowaway. So, something or possibly someone has been into the food supplies. Might want to conduct a search of the ship to try to find the culprit. Okay. Gotta make sure the only way to catch the culprit is to make sure I hear something. I thought I hear the soft patter of footsteps behind me. strange. This gets in. Footsteps behind me. Again! I hear it again. Hear the echo of the footsteps coming from the direction of the cargo hold. Bingo! They sound like they're coming from the cargo hold. Ah!
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
Hey! What? Little girl, where did you come from?
Selima wanga kunbitkin.
What? I don't understand what you're saying.
Mucho shakapaga.
I still don't understand you. She frowns and looks at me hopeless. Well, I encountered a young girl on board on the Ebon Hawk, obviously a stowaway. The language she speaks, while sounding like Mandalorian, translates into pure gibberish. She may know the language, but she certainly doesn't know how to use it, and yet it seems to be the only language she knows. It might be possible to try talking to her, but dumping her on a planet is also a possibility.
Mucho shakapaga.
Let's see. Can you tell me your name? She looks at me oddly puzzled. Okay, I'm gonna point myself. My name is Leonardo Sparkle. You are...
Mucho shakapaga.
The girl points to herself. Sasha, Sasha. Your name is Sasha, right?
Mucho shakapaga.
So she nods, okay. Try to learn Sasha's strange language.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Let's see. Many of the words you are speaking are Mandalorian.
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
Mandalore. That's your word for Mandalorian, so you do know of them.
Selima wanga kunbitkin.
But you are a Mandalorian child, then?
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
So you are human. You learn the words from somewhere, though. The girl obviously doesn't understand that part. Okay. How did you get on the ship, Sasha? Okay, she kind of looks at me quizzically, not understanding. Does the name Lur Arca ring a bell? What about Rundil Otsulem? Funny. Where are you from, Sasha? Terrace? No. Okay. I'm going to try to learn again.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Isawan na Esawan?
Tong abuk shami nonok.
She points to herself. I see you, or you see me. Okay. I know this episode is a flight to Tatooine and a stowaway. Yeah, stowaway and flight to Tatooine.
Tong abuk shami nonok.
The girl hides her face behind her hands for a moment. You are hiding. Ne Esawan is hide. Okay, I understand. Esawan is see, but no Esawan is hide. Okay, you're hiding.
Tonki ba non tontek.
The girl appears unsure. I didn't get all of that, but sure.
Selima wanga kunbitkin.
Bristag me laipsa. Bristag. What is that?
Tong abuk shami no no.
The girl points at things around her. A thing. Something around here?
Mucho shakapaka.
The girl waves a hand about making a swooshing sound. No, I don't understand what you're getting at.
Tong ki ba non tontek.
Lips, everything is safe, is that it?
Tong ki
She
ba non
points
tontek.
towards one of the Ebonhawk service panels. That panel, that's what Liepsa means?
Kipuna.
The girl looks
Bona na kichu.
puzzled. Well, she's kind of puzzled. She gestures around her. The panel. All of this, it's your home. Lepsa means home.
Kipuna. Bona na kichu.
Ah, so she's smiling.
Tong abuk shami no no.
Okay. The girl points at around her. So, it's your home, is that it?
Mucho shakapaka. Tong ki ba non
I do
tontek.
understand what it is.
Tong abuk.
Okay. It's a
Mucho
thing.
shakapaka.
It's a
Tong abuk
It's a
shami
ship.
no no.
A ship. Okay. You're hiding in the starship. It's your home. I understand. Okay, I understand.
Mucho shakapaka.
That part. You said that before. What is Gondison?
Mucho shakapaka.
The girl laughs and points at me. Something about me. Yes, but what?
Tong abuk shami no no.
The girl smiles and pats her chest. It's something you like. Yes, Gondisen means you like it.
Mucho shakapaka.
You like me. I understand. Okay. Okay, she finds me that I'm a friend of... I'm not that hostile, okay? She likes me as a friend. I understand.
Selima wanga kunbikin.
Abs said you okay, abs. You said that when I first found you.
Kipuna. Bona na kichu.
The girl slaps her leg like abs means hit. Is that it?
Kipuna.
She
Bona na
frowns
kichu.
and slaps her leg again. Okay. No, I don't understand what you're getting at.
Selima wanga kunbikin.
Okay, when I first found you...
Kipuna. Bona na kichu. Kipuna. Bona na
that
kichu.
I know. So abs is to hurt. Abs means not hurt. Is that it?
Tong ki ba non tontek.
I understand. No, I won't hurt you. I'm a friend. I'm your friend. I'm your sensational, perfect Spider-Man. Look at me, how I'm amazing to be a Star Wars Jedi, and I'm a Knight of the Old Republic.
Tong ki ba non tontek.
Yum. Okay. No geese. Yum. What kind of word is that?
Tong abuk
The girl
shami
seems
no no.
puzzled, and she points towards elsewhere on the ship. It's part of a ship, a room.
Mucho shakapaka.
She mimics an act which looks like she's chewing something. Yum. You mean food, don't you? Yum is food.
Selima wanga kunbikin.
Ah, I get it. So, new geese. Is that all in one phrase?
Kipuna.
The
Bona
girl
na
thinks
kichu.
for a moment and then stabs downwards several times with her finger. The floor. Nugis means the floor.
Kipuna.
Or
Bona na
floor.
kichu.
She covers her mouth with her hand. You are not speaking now. Nugis means now. Non-nugis is not now or before. Okay, so once again, nugis means now. Non-nugis is not now or before.
Kipuna. Bona na kichu.
Ah, you want some food and you're hungry.
Tong ki ba non tontek.
Tabbed you? I mean, what do you mean? Tabbed?
Mucho shakapaga.
The girl points at her mouth. You want me to tell you a story about what?
Tonki ba non tontek.
Oh, so tabbed means tell me about. I get it. Tab. Okay, I get it.
Tonki ba non tontek.
I know it's kind of confusing about this Mandalorian gibberish language, but unless you understand it like I do, of course, a person who is autistic could actually know about this, like slowly but quickly understanding, and then when you finally get it, it's like, it works like magic, somehow. You want to know about me, do you?
Kipuna. Bona na kichu.
Okay, so I'll communicate with Sasha in her language, okay?
Mucho shakapaga.
So... Okay. Why are you hiding on my ship? Sasha na Eswan in Bristak.
Selima wanga kunbikin.
You came to the ship before. You were very scared. Why?
Kipuna. Bona na kichu.
Manlore, you left the Mandalorians and hid here on the ship.
Tonki ba non tontek.
You don't want to leave. The Ebon Hawk is your home.
Tong abuk shami no no.
Oh, okay. So you sleep here on the ship. Yuba stin quiu in Bristag.
Tong abuk.
She points at a nearby service panel. I understand that she must have been sleeping in the ship's repair ducts. Why are you scared of the Mandalorians? Hupat lias manlore.
Kipuna. Bona na kichu.
They took you before and hurt you?
Selima wanga kunbikin.
Okay, yeah, I'm understanding. It's like, alright, the Mandalorian ship wasn't home. You didn't like it.
Mucho shakapaga.
I see. Well, the Ebon Hawk is not your home, Sasha. Not your first home, anyway. Pristagna Sasha Levsa.
Tong abuk shami no nok.
Tell me about your home. Tab me Sasha Levsa nanugis.
Tonki ba non tontek.
So the girl thinks for a long moment. Tatooine. There is someone there who will take you home. Lur arka ketsa won you lefsa? Laefsa?
Tong abuk shami no nok.
She seems uncertain. If Lur Arca is still there, we'll see. Ah, okay. So, that was kind of interesting, wasn't it? After considerable effort, I have managed to communicate with the young stowaway, whose name appears to be Sasha, and learn what she was doing aboard, whatever, the ship. Apparently, she was once held by the Mandalorians long enough to learn their speech, but nothing else. And she escaped from them long enough to stow away on the Ebon Hawk and hide. Her original home seems to be Tatooine. Perhaps someone there could help her? I don't know. Perhaps, I mean, it's up to a person. I've never done this before. I mean, if you want to take her home, I have no idea. But if you don't take her home and she gone somewhere else, it's fine. I mean, who knows what might happen. Whoa! Okay, I got it. I'm not half senile. Stop! Okay, we're going to Tatooine. Galaxy map. Let's see. Or Bandant. Tatooine! Yes! It's time that we go there. Oh, wow. I mean, learning that language is like trying to learn Chinese or Japanese, or maybe trying to learn Hebrew, or maybe that was try to learn Thai, or was it speak Hindi or some sort? I'll never know. I mean, it is kind of possible for anybody to try to learn a new language. It's like reading this and that gets you interesting. Alright, we're about to jump into hyperspace. And go! Just left Kashyyyk. What am I going to be dreaming this time? Let's see. I'll be dreaming of another vision, and it's another Starforge map in a cave desert, or a desert cave. The people on Tatooine have the Zerka Corporation, but a little differently, I suppose. Oh boy. Here we go.
Another vision. The Force is guiding us, helping us retrace the steps of Malak and his old master, leading us ever closer to the Starforge. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes.
It looked like... well, it looked like it was inside some kind of cave.
The star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use them as their lairs. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Right. Anything is possible, I suppose.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Okay, may I... do you know anything about this place?
Tatooine's just a desert planet. I hear the mining isn't going so well. I bet the colony gets abandoned before long. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate.
Tell me, why do you want revenge on Sol so badly?
I already told you, he betrayed us all.
I know that. It just seems to be more personal than it is all.
Well, there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it.
I asked, didn't I?
It's just that I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time.
What happened after that?
I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them. And I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left.
What was she like? Your wife, I mean.
She had courage, and she was stubborn. Could never talk her out of anything once she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. I had planned on leaving soon, to join her.
So what happened to your son? You didn't say.
His name was Dustil, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, I hope that answers your questions. Let's continue with what we were doing.
Bingo! I think I've got more information for what I need. So... Whoops! So, I've learned that Karth's wife and son were lost when Saul Kareth led the Sith fleet against Karth's homeworld, making him swear vengeance on the man he once admired. Whether he will ever get a chance to make good on his oath remains to be seen, so I'm kind of clueless on that part, so yeah, I don't know.
How can I help?
I like to know more about you, Bastila.
Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself.
Alright. Tell me how you joined the Jedi, then.
I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Tal Ravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
Discouraged? Why?
Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions. Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly.
You aren't allowed to love?
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
You don't sound very convinced.
It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time.
You and your father were close?
Very close. I was only a little girl when I left my family, but I still remember him fondly. He was kind and gentle and doted on me. My mother, however, was different. I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
Oh, you never tried to get in touch with your father again?
A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter.
Are you saying you no longer feel love?
Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
That's interesting. Okay. So, Bastila told me something about her life before the Jedi. She was very adamant in her support of the Jedi's policy of serving all familial relationships, as emotional attachments are inherently dangerous to a Jedi. Yeah. So there. Happy pants.
Yes. What is it?
Is something wrong?
I have been bothered by something of late.
What is it?
I never told you where I came from, did I?
No.
Where I grew up as a child?
Yes.
I suppose I was trying to deny what I was feeling.
What is it?
I have been wrestling with my feelings inside. Trying to come to terms with it, but I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame. Someone to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Tatooine.
What are you saying?
Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastilla. Taris, my homeworld.
Taris is your home world? I'm sorry. Juhani, I did not know.
If it were not for you and Bastilla, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastilla. Without your intervention, the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood. Just let me vent my anger. I need someone to blame. Something. Anything. I hated that world. Yet everything I learned as a child, I learned there. It is as much a part of me as the air I breathe. I have this ache inside me, where all my childhood memories lay, and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that world would still exist.
Calm yourself. Remember the Jedi Code.
There is no emotion. There is peace. I suppose you did what you had to, and it could not have been avoided. The Republic needs you and Bastilla. Maybe needs you more than it needed Taris. But it is so hard to lose your entire past. You would not understand.
It will be all right, Juhani.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it will. As long as we remain focused on our task, it will. I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial experiences. We should stop for now.
Okay, that is an interesting thing. So I've learned a lot about Juhani's past now. She was, in fact, raised on Taris, the world which the Sith destroyed because of me and Bastilla, the Jedi princess. Some of her bitterness may be explained now. If you ask after she has calmed down a bit, she might tell me more. Just hope things don't go sour.
Got something on your mind, do you?
Yes. May I ask? Do you know anything about this place?
Well, unless you're one of the local species and end up being slaughtered or enslaved, Tatooine's a nice enough desert. And that's about all I got to say about that. Now, let's get going.
Okay, why did you decide to come with me?
You got yourself a fast little ship? I forgot what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful.
I don't want to know. So you wanted a ride on my ship?
Or it could be for the free food.
We got free
What's the gunk
food!
that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
Dude, Look, this ship is new for me. I got it not too long ago. It may try to be as fast as the Outrider, including the Millennium Falcon, but still. Oh, seriously, tell me.
I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise.
Hey, I treat elders with
You remind me of
respect.
someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Did you annoy this person endlessly, too?
Oh, very funny. Is it my fault that some people are so easily annoyed?
No.
Like impatient little children with blasters. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. Andor Vex was his name. The Force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
And you traveled with this man.
I did. Just because someone has the Force swirling about them doesn't always mean they have a great destiny. But it doesn't hurt to check it out. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall.
Really? Is there supposed to be some kind of hidden meaning in this?
I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember?
I remember.
Let's see. Oh, yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
How young are we talking?
Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand.
Really? And? Go on.
Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Yeah. Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed too, or this could have just been gurgling noises. Oh, well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
You're kidding.
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
And what does that have to do with you coming with me?
Well, hey, the chances may not be great, but when one has the opportunity to see something like that twice in a lifetime... Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
Oh, come on! That was an interesting story! It's not boring, I'll give you that. You and Jolie have talked a little about his past. You may continue the conversation with him in the future, perhaps once you've gained some more experience. Let's see, Candace.
Yeah, what do you want?
I just want to talk. So, you know anything about this world?
Tatooine is one big desert, with rocks sticking out. I heard that some of my people came here after the war, but I don't know what happened to them. The world of my clan, Ordo, was much like this. Dust basins and rock crags. But my world at least has some green around the equator. This place is just sand all over. There are some vicious people on this world, but the desert is the real enemy. Trips out in the desert, especially the deep desert, should be taken very carefully. You have anything else you want to ask?
Let's see. I was wondering if you have any more war stories.
I don't have as many strange stories like the last one I told you, but I do have a couple about me and the stuff I've done. In one battle above the world of Althir, my unit managed to defeat a force of Althiri 10 times our own size. That battle gained me command of an entire subsect of my clan.
Okay. Tell me the story.
For 5 days, they had managed to hold off our forces, keeping us to the outer rings of their world, preventing us from attacking it directly. My task was to assault one of their flanks with a false attack. The Althiri would be drawn out by the units I had sent in. Once they had surrounded those units, the bulk of my forces would attack from the rear and defeat them in detail.
Did it work?
Things didn't go as I had planned. I saw an opening, a mistake they had made in the disposition of their forces, and took it. While fending off our main force, they had let their fleet split in two. The center of their entire fleet was left exposed. I turned my forces and assaulted the center of their fleet, decimating them.
What did they do?
Their slow, ponderous ship could not turn to face us without being overwhelmed. Their command vessels were destroyed in seconds. Their ranks were thrown into chaos. It was amusing to watch the surviving ships scatter and flee. Several even tried to dive through the plane of the rings to escape us. They were shredded by the rings, or crashed into rocks, or were destroyed by our forces as we pursued them. Warriors do not flee from a battle if they are losing. They fight to the end, as we did against your Jedi Revan. Another time, maybe, I'll tell you about how the war with the Republic went. For now, let's just get on with things. Is there something else you want to know?
Well, nothing more for now.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Alright. Another journal entry added. Canderous told me about the honors he won leading a unit in the battle over Althir. It seems that he was quite the warrior back then. I could probably hear more if I asked him again later. But I do believe we are going to stop here for the time being. And thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And tell me, what do you guys think of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic? Whether it's loved or hated by viewers, or whichever works. So for anyways, this is Leo Wolverine saying and speaking as always, Godspeed, play safe, and Shalom! And once again, may the Force be with you.